5. We have already looked at lesson number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have been looking at the types of chords and how to form them, how to hold them before we come, that is, to playing songs. We have looked at construction of scales, how to construct chords, different types of chords. And for today, we are going to look at what is called a suspended chord. I want us to learn something concerning a suspended chord. In suspended chord, what we mean, it is we can have two suspended, that is a suspended chord. We can have either suspended 2 chord or suspended 4 chord. So suspended chord, there are 2 types. We have suspended sus2 and sus4. Now, what you need to know, it is that when we talk about suspended chord, we are just suspending one of the note to either the 2nd note or to the 4th note. So when we suspend it to the 2nd note, we call it sus2 chord. When we suspend, and in this case it is the 3rd note, and when we suspend it to the 4th note, we call it a sus4 chord. I'm just going to give an example, a very simple example. Let us go to the key of F sharp, the key that you have been using. We have our first chord. This is our first chord. That is how we are supposed to hold it. This chord, when we want to play a suspended 2 chord, what we are going to do, this note, that is according to our formula, the 3rd note of our scale, when we want to play it as a suspended chord, we just bring it to the 2nd note. So this note, we bring it here. It will become a sus2 chord. You can see the way, you can hear the way it is sounding. That is a sus2 chord. This is the normal chord. When we bring this, we suspend this to the 2nd note, it becomes a sus2 chord. When we suspend it to the 4th note, remember in our scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our 4th note is this one. So what we mean here, as our normal chord, we are going to suspend this to the 4th note. So we are just going to bring it here. That is going to be the sus4. So we have our normal chord, sus2 chord, and sus4 chord. They have unique sound, all of them. So that is very simple. It is just about forming a suspended chord. You need to know all those chords and where you can apply them. And so that is a sus2 and sus4 chord. And for example, maybe I'll give another example. Let us go to a chord number 4. And we hold it like that. If we want to play it as a suspended 2 chord, we are just going to bring this note here. It will be sus4. No, sorry, sus2. When you want to play it as a sus4 chord, you just bring it here. That is a sus4. The same case, for example, in our chord number 5. We want to play it as a sus2. We just bring it here. This note here. As a sus2 chord. When we want to play it as sus4, we just bring it here. So they have unique sound. You need to know them. So for all the other chords, I'm not going to give to show you all the other chord. If you want to know how to hold the other chord, you can inbox, or I can send notes. You can check them. But basically, that is how you hold sus2 chord and sus4 chords. How to apply them? We are going to look at that later. We're going to look at that later on how you can apply them. But they are very common. So That is another type of chord. They are called suspended chord. What you need to know it is that we can have either sus2 chord or sus4 chord. When we have sus2, we are replacing it with the second note of our scale. When we have sus4, we are replacing it with the fourth note of our scale. That is what you need to understand. You need just to practice them so that you can know them. Let me give an example of how you can use sus2 chord in a simple song. Let me give an example. So you can see how we have started from the chord number 1. You have done so much for me. So from you have done so much for me, chord number 1, then sus2, then to 4. I cannot tell it all. I will kill them all. If I had the love and time, you press it, still won't be enough. I will kill them all. What shall I render to Jehovah? He has done so very much for me. So basically, that is just an example how you can see how it is sounding. So before you come to 4, you apply it. What shall I render? Number 1, sus2, to Jehovah. He has done so very much for me. So remember to follow the next lesson.